My name is Zoe Weitzel, and I did injury prevention for a hip strain. A little bit about my client. My client has been playing hockey for 14 years. He practices every day. He has 2 practices a day, so he will either skate twice or he'll skate once and go to the gym after he skates. And then he has games or tournaments on the weekends. So on the weekends, he's either playing 1 game a day or up to 3 games a day. So this causes him to often get hip or groin strains. The goal of my program is to prevent my client from getting any hip injuries during the season so we can keep him playing hockey all season long. We don't want him to ever get taken out for a hip injury. So what is a hip flexor strain? A hip flexor strain is an injury to the muscle or tendon in the front of the hip. It's often caused by overstretching or overusage. It can lead to pain, swelling, and difficulty moving the hip, especially when lifting the knee or performing activities like running or kicking. Symptoms may include sharp pain, stiffness, or tenderness in the hip area. What is injury prevention? Injury prevention aims to reduce the risk of injury during exercise through safe practices and techniques, so warming up properly and making sure we're doing our technique right. Injury prevention is important because it keeps you healthy and ensures consistent training and enhances performance. So my plan, I'll meet with my client at the beginning of this 2 weeks to do a baseline testing. I'll see what he needs improvement on. I will then create a short program for him to do every day before practice. So my program will be fairly short so that he can easily do it before any practices or games. Nothing too lengthy that'll take him a long amount of time. At the end of the 2 weeks, I'll reassess him to see if he has made improvements. I will also have him tell me how his pain is every day on a scale of 1 to 10. So basically, I'll give him a survey each day. He'll fill it out telling me how his hip pain is on that day from a scale of 1 to 10. And we'll see at the end of the week if his pain is decreasing. So for my baseline testing, I had him do a single leg balance test where he stands on one leg as long as he can. The left leg he was able to stand on for 29 seconds, and the right leg he was able to for 32 seconds. So the squat test until pain is he's going to do as many squats as he can until he feels pain directly in his hip, because there will obviously be some burning in his calves and thighs, but we're looking for direct pain in his hip. He was able to do 22 squats, and then he felt some pain in his right hip. Wall sit test is the same idea. We'll have him do a wall sit, and if he feels pain directly in the hip, we'll have him stop. He was able to hold a wall sit for 44 seconds, and then he felt pain again, which was again in the right hip. For my program, like I said, it's pretty short. We start off with a short warm-up. He does some leg swings, walking lunges, and then high knees. Moving into our strengthening exercises, I had him do hip bridges, clamshells, single leg raises, and then flexibility and mobility, hip flexor stretch, hamstring stretch, figure 4 stretch, and then foam rolling if available, which it was available but to him every day before practice and games, so he used that every day. So for my results, on the single leg balance test, the left leg he was able to do 45 seconds, right leg 47 seconds. He was then able to do 48 squats pain-free. He just stopped because we were pretty sure that we had enough squats to show a difference. And then wall sits, we had him hold. He was able to hold for 57 seconds. So a side-by-side comparison of the original testing and the second test. So single leg balance test, he originally was able to do 29 seconds. Left leg was 32 seconds. And then the second test, he was able to do 45 seconds. And left leg 47 seconds. Squat test until pain, he was able to do 22 squats. And then almost doubled it with 42 squats in the second test. For the wall sit test, he was able to do 44 seconds and then 57 seconds for the second test. Now here's the results of the pain throughout the week. As we can see, at the beginning of the week, we started off pretty high after practice, reaching about 9s and some 8s, and then it drops pretty drastically, pretty quickly. As we can see, there are some spikes throughout the week towards the end when he was practicing a lot and then had some games, but he was quickly able to recover, which is great. So for my testing improvements, this here in the blue is my baseline number 1. and this red is baseline number 2. As we can see, he significantly improved. My client has improved by 43.21%, increasing his baseline testing from before and after my injury prevention. So conclusion, this program was very successful and it helped decrease his pain a lot. I think if he continues to do this, he'll be able to keep down the pain and prevent injuries. And that is my injury prevention program.